going on, guys? Today we're going to be looking at all SBCs. We're just going to run through it. I feel horrendous, so let's just go straight into it. We've got a lot of SBCs going as well, let alone all of the upgrades. There's still Jared Bowen. Again, with this card still, I just don't feel it straight off the bat. I don't know. With the player, well, what is it? The pundit picks. I don't know. Some of them just don't really fit the match. 88 rated, 140,000. Even though he's not necessarily expensive, I just don't think he's worth it in my opinion. We have had a few icons. Obviously, Janola's going to be the big shout for today. And we do have a lot of Player of the Month. So in terms of Player of the Months, we have got our man. If we just move that tier list back to where it was, I've clicked down, which is always phenomenal. We've got Undav, we have Jota, we have Terrier, we have got De Jong, Lewandowski, Dybala, and also Rasmus. So we've got 160, 80,000, we've got 140, we've got 50, 76, 50, and 267. So, straight off the bat with it, Jota, I like last time, to be honest. He, for me, is nothing else to do because he's definitely not the worst. He's got the rapid plus. It's one playstyle plus I really like on a striker. If they don't have the double, it just is what it is. I don't think he's good value. If he had like a double, maybe even it was something like a relentless, I could argue a good value. But the fact that it's just a change in playstyle plus, added one overall compared to the free card that we did get from the objectives, I'm going to still go with that. With De Jong, I think it is good value, quite easy, same as Undav. With these, I'm taking a different approach to how I normally would, because I would normally put them in a must complete because the fodder price is definitely worth it. But to be honest, you don't even really need to do that nowadays, especially with that 85 plus campaign pick. These, especially when they do have Team of the Weeks involved, don't actually become fodder worthy. They are just very good value in terms of fodder. So I'm not going to put them in must complete. I would say Terrier is going to be up there as well. Lewandowski, I'd say is decent value, especially for fodder for a 92. 140,000 can grind out pretty easily. I think Rasmus for me is definitely a must complete. Granted, a little bit of bias, but 80,000 coins. He does have still a double playstyle plus of aerial and quick step. If it was rapid aerial, that could be really interesting, but quick step still does its magic. And aerial, I must admit, is one of them playstyle pluses that you might not guarantee want, but it actually is quite useful. So for me, he is a must complete. When it comes to Dybala, 90 rated, I believe his second player of the month now. So another huge one if you are looking at it. What did I say he's coming in at? He's coming in at 160. He has got the double playstyle of finesse and also flair. The 89 only had flair and he's only got an 89 also in an inform with, again, just flair. So it's a nice little added bonus. What was the other one coming in at? 54. So it's considerably a little bit more than it, but I'd say decent value. It's not necessarily a must. I think Rasmus with a double, especially with the type of double playstyle plus, is a lot better. Then we obviously have some of the showdowns. Now, I haven't, because obviously we do have the, what is it? We have Chilwell and we also have Isaac. I think they are very, very good showdown cards, but they probably will be either gone by the time you watch this or will be kind of just coming out. So I haven't really included them in this one. I think Isaac is probably worth doing. Chilwell, if he wins, is definitely decent, but I wouldn't say he's a must complete in any way. I'd say good value at a minimum. When it comes to the other two, we have Michael and we also have Sanchez at 55,000 and 34,000. Again, very, very good value for both of them. They are only 88, but the big thing with them is they've got 5 days to get it done. So it's not even if you've got to do them by the day. You could wait a couple of days and just see how you think for SBCs. So I think for them, it's going to be a decent value nonetheless, especially if one does win. You're going to get a 90. And to be honest, you could do both of them for under 100k. I think that's decent enough for a fodder player. They're not necessarily going to go main team.
If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable, but make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders.
Now, in terms of the fantasies then, so we have got, if I put them all down here, because they have got a lot of rating swaps, and some of them are due upgrades as well, which should happen on Wednesday, I believe. If we go down here, We then have the 88, which is correct. We have the 89 centre-back. We have got the 89 Rolfo, which is there as well. We then have, oh, in fact, Werner's not even on here. I needed to get rid of him. We have Todibo at 87, Herrera at 88, Tillemans at 89, and Singo at 87. Now, if I am correct, obviously I'll just keep Werner at the bottom. He is gone, but I'm pretty sure he's due a 1 upgrade. It's Furlan that's got 2. We obviously have got a lot that can get more upgrades. Rolfo's first match for the Barca women ended in 7-1. She did make an appearance at the end as well. Unfortunately, you've got to have the 60 minutes on the pitch to get the clean sheet, but it did end 7-1 anyway. So they've got the first victory, she's got a first appearance, and also they've got 7 goals. So all they have to do is score 4, not concede, and then have 1 more appearance. She's done everything. That is going to be an absolute must complete, especially if they do. She is likely to get at least 3 of the upgrades at the absolute minimum. So that's going to be phenomenal value card. Like, you're looking at a 92 at a minimum. That is going to be brilliant. When it comes to the rest of them, prices wise, Singo you're looking at 68, Tillemans at 278, Rolfo's 500, just for anybody worrying. Herrera is injured completely, so I would just say he's not worth it in the slightest, even for the big upgrade. Todibo's at 198, and then the 2 lower ones, 106 and 132. I think for me, the Italian centre-back is a must. I would then say apparently he's due an upgrade very, very soon as well. He's looking likely to get all of the upgrades potentially, so that one could be an interesting one. I would then say Tillemans is nothing else to do. I would say Singo's good value, and Todibo at 198. I'd probably go nothing else to do as well, purely on how many centre-backs we've got. There is only 2 hero ones left in Smolarek and also Carvalho. You're looking at 660 for Carvalho and also 340 for Smolarek. I think, to me, both of them are decent value for what they're going to be. Whether they get the upgrade would be the kind of clinical point for them, but I think even when you look at the base card of them, they are decent for the level of them. I just don't think they are quite must complete. Now, Ginola, I think in the last one, a lot of people weren't happy with him. I still think he's phenomenal. He's a phenomenal player. Whether you'd want to do him, it's the same argument for Jarzinho, it's the same argument for Yashin, for all of the bases is, you are likely to get him in a hero pick if you do complete him. It's just natural how that works. When it comes to somebody like a Best or a Sao or any of the future stars, they are technically not in packs, so you can't get them again, basically. Whereas all of these, you could get them eventually. Whether you get them now or in a month or in 2 months is completely up to how the look of the game works. But I still think he is absolutely must. I'd say the same for Yashin. When it comes to the icons, he's a big centre-back. He's definitely... well, at least, he's definitely in top 10 without thinking. I'd probably say like top 7, but we have had a lot of new centre-backs. So whether he fits into that rule, and obviously with VVD, if we were just to take one of his cards, because otherwise he's probably taken the first 10 spots anyway. Then obviously Jarzinho, 2 million for him. Honestly, I do like him as a player, but I don't think he's necessarily a must-complete in my eyes. I'd say Georgie Best is probably not worth it now either. Sauer, I'd say is still decent value. When it comes to the others, we obviously have got a lot of them coming in now with a fair few days to go. We've got Ashley Cole with 2 days, 5 days, 6, 7, and then obviously the rest is starting to go less and less. I still think when we look at them, Carfu is a must complete if you've not got a right back at that top level. I would say now that Zico, Henry, Ashley Cole would be nothing else to do, would be there. Then when we look at the future stars, obviously you're looking at 305, 257, then you're looking at 527 for Baggio and 359 for Cannavaro. For me, straight away, Baggio will still stay the same. I'm not a big fan. I think the upgrade is nice, but it's just not enough. Willing to go for at least $500,000 for that card. He's definitely got the rating and some of the stats, but I don't think he's worth that amount of price. When it comes to the rest, they are considerably cheaper. Again, I don't know if they are fully must completes, especially with how people's teams are going at the moment. So I'd probably stick towards most of them being in that good value. I think that would kind of be where my list would lie. A lot of them, obviously the must completes, they are going off fantasy ratings. Ginola's one of the top dogs. I just think he is incredible at playing. Yashin's one of the better centre-backs. Carfu's one of the better right-backs. Rasmus is cheap for the double playstyle plus. A lot of decent value, but like I say, they have got a considerable amount of different upgrades as well, from the Icon Encore, the UCL Triple Hero, 83 times 10, the mix campaign, let alone then the multiple grab bags that we've got. There is so much fodder flying around that a lot of these players now, I'd just be waiting for Foot Birthday. We're getting Foot Birthday icons. I can imagine that will come with SBCs as well. Foot Birthday normally is a phenomenal promo in itself. I believe it's called Ultimate Birthday as well, because they're trying to drop that foot part of it. But it's going to be an interesting one. Let me know down below what you think. I'm going to go curl up on the bed, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.